Evening, evening, evening. Hope. Welcome to Football Brownie. Hope you're well, keeping safe, keeping each other safe, and spreading the love during this pandemic. And notice I said spreading the love, not spreading the personal abuse or the mental abuse. You guys know what I mean. Okay. Anyway, hope you're well. I say welcome. I do apologize. Right. First thing I do apologize is late night Q&A. I know I had promised the last couple of days. I did promise. Yeah. No problem. Hand on heart, absolutely true. The last couple of days, I started going back to the gym, and it's killed me. I haven't seen 11 o'clock at night throughout this weekend. Okay, so I do apologize about that. Anyway, okay, before we go any further, please check the latest channel figures as until about 10 minutes ago, okay? Okay, the YouTube subs really bombing up now, and there you go. Please like, share. Most importantly, subscribe to Football Brownie. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Let's get into it, is it? Let's get into it. I got a few stories to tell you, a few topics. So why not get into it? What time is it back in the UK now? It is what, 8 o'clock? Yeah, coming up to 8 o'clock. Okay, let's get in the chat first of all. It's John Wayne is the first one in. John Wayne, the first one in. Howdy, John. Howdy. Hope you're well, man. And, right. Okay, we may as well tackle the first topic. Or should we just wait until other people come in? Okay, we'll wait until other people come in. Let's go. Let's go. Don't know if you guys watched the watch along. Done with Nathan. I done a Napoli against Bologna watch along, and basically Napoli all over them. But it just shows just how bad and proper average Serie A is these days. I'll be completely honest with you guys. And John Wayne says it's 7:48. What I'm going to do, I'm going to wait until more people come into the chat, and before I tackle the main topic of the YouTube day. Okay, let's start off with Everton. Right, Benitez finally sacked. Should have been sacked a hell of a long time ago, in my opinion. Why don't they just go down the easy route now and say, right, Duncan Ferguson, you done a great job as a standing manager last time. Can you just, take over team affairs until the end of the season, and we see where we are then? I think that's a more sensible option. The more sensible option. However, the Everton owner, just being the Everton owner, seems to want to do some mad shit and go against the fans again, because all of a sudden I'm hearing that their number one target is former manager Roberto Martinez. This is a guy who set up teams who could not defend whatsoever during his tenure at Everton. I cannot believe they have a massive relegation battle in front of them, and they want to take on the manager who previously couldn't defend for toffee. I think it's madness. I think the Everton board, right, very much like Mike Ashley at Newcastle, I think we've lost their patience with the fans now. They just want to push them so much to the brink where the fans will end up saying, you know what, fuck it. I don't want to go. I don't want to buy the merchandise. I don't, I'm falling out of love with my team. I just find it freaking mad the way Everton are going at the moment. And Mashiri has spent half a billion pounds. And what have he got? What have he got? Nothing. Nothing. And it is a clear example to any person or any multi-billionaire who thinks they can make money out of the Premier League. Don't take over a team in the Premier League without a proper business plan, because what Mashiri have done at Everton is absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. Rob, Brownie looking well. Well, hey, Rob, I've had a little cut, little shave, and obviously, well, obviously the weather is better. But many thanks, Rob. Many thanks, my friend. Louis, Rooney going to Everton would work well in City's favour. Oh, Cardiff City, you mean? Okay, sorry. I don't think you'll go. If I'm honest with you, I think, let's be completely honest. What the job he's doing at Derby at the moment with all the outside pressure, I think, is absolutely fantastic. Many managers would have walked by now. We've now got a new transfer embargo. Many managers would have walked, but he's sticking by it. Could they? I mean, they beat Sheffield United over a weekend. Could they do the unthinkable? However, I think the Everton job is too big for him at this moment in time. And I say at this moment in time. I think there's another job in between. But apparently Duncan Ferguson, and I get I get why. Duncan Ferguson, he doesn't want the manager's job. That's the problem. When he took over as caretaker, and they had a real good run when he last took over caretaker, Duncan Ferguson loves Everton so much that he doesn't want the manager's job. And the reason he doesn't want the manager's job is very much like John Carver, at Newcastle a few years ago. His life revolves around the club. Coach, assistant manager, bloody looking after the youngsters and everything else. But the moment you take over the manager job, your time at the club is limited. And you'd be sacked. It could be out there, like John Carver was out of the door within 3 months of taking a manager's job. I don't think Duncan Ferguson wants that, because he wants a career in coaching. Do you understand? Do you understand that, or is it just him not being ambitious enough? Maybe, I don't know. Cheddar says spent $500 million. Absolutely incredible, man. Absolutely incredible, honestly. $500 million. And on what? They bring in Benitez, completely against the fans' wishes, obviously. He comes in. He doesn't win a game in he won game in 12. He wins. Gets rid of one of the best players, Lucas Digne. I think it's madness. I think it's madness, man, if I'm honest with you. What happened to Mike Ashley takeover? What, a Derby or Cardiff? What? Let me know. Right, I don't know. You need to put a bit more beef on that. Need to put a bit more beef on that question, right? I do know quite a bit, really. Nathan, hi Nathan, Nathan, many thanks for helping me out on that watch along earlier on. Many thanks, mate, much appreciated. I wanna wait until we have more people coming into the chat before I go on to the main the main thing. But I want to see Ryan. You come back about that Mike Ashley. I don't know what club you're talking about actually. Anytime tonight, right? Come on, bloody hell. I'm waiting for you. Anyway, while we're all waiting for Ryan to make that comment, please check out the pinned comment above. It's membership, trying to push a membership now. And you become a $4.99 member and you'll end up having a hoodie, mug, and all that jazz, which is worth quite a bit, really, compared to paying $4.99. But anyway, you'd be one of the legends of the Football Brownie community. We're all still waiting for Ryan to tell us exactly what bloody Mike Ashley proposed takeover he's talking about. Anyway. Oh, anyway. Right. While we all wait for Ryan, right. Okay. What else are we going to talk about? Come on. I have told you guys to give me a few suggestions what we can do. Right, I tell you what. There you go. Right, a few days ago, I put like a cheeky little upload regarding the tune of the old intro. Snoop Dogg used the old tune. It wasn't copyright at all, but just a cheeky little upload. But when I done it, I had a couple of people come back to me, both private message and so on, and they said, "Brownie, we actually missed the old intro. Can you bring it back?" Now, these are the same people who said at the time the old intro was going on, they said, "Brownie, you need to change the intro," right? So, look, I'm leaving it up to the Football Brownie community, right? I've asked people in the watch along chat, guys, in the live chat at the moment. Would you want us to go back to the old intro, or would you want us to continue with this, or would you want a new? Because many people have saying, look, the intro is too long. So, would you want a new, shorter version? Let me know in the chat, right? Because I need to get a bit of feedback from this issue, rather than one or two people contacting me saying whatever. So let me know in the chat, right? So number one in the chat, if you want the old one. Number two, if you want to stay the same, or number three, if you want a new one which is shorter. So it's up to you. John Wayne says old. I don't mind either way, but it's completely up to you guys. I don't mind either way, but it's completely up to you guys. And if you're watching, on playback later on, let me know either on social media or let me know on the comments, after the video is uploaded. Cheddar says, old intro song was better. Yeah. I think I agree. I think I agree with you. I'm falling out of love with this new intro, I'll be honest with you. The problem with the old intro, you can't really shorten it because the kind of like the better part is either in the middle of the old intro or at the latter part of the old intro. You can't really shorten it. So, yeah. Look, I'll mention it in a few bloody live streams in the next couple of days. Try and get a better kind of perspective on it. Steve, hi Steve. Hope you're well, my friend. You know what, Steve? I knew you would love the bloody upload earlier on. Steve, a question for you: old intro, keep the same intro, or a new shorter intro? Up to you. And Steve says hello to everybody as well. Right, bear with me, bear with me, bear with me, bear with me, guys in the chat. Old intro, keep the same intro, or new shorter version. Let me know. Toilet break. I need a bloody toilet break. And then we'll get into the bloody stories. Then we'll get into. Okay. Maybe because the different time in the UK. I mean, well, it's probably 8 o'clock. Maybe because of a different time in the UK. Many people will watch this later on. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. The main story of the day, and I'll be completely honest with you guys, right? I had the heads up on this around about 10:30, right? And Football Brownie, I went with it. I went with a story straight away because I trusted this guy. Football Brownie, I done a video straight away, and it was the first video about the issue on YouTube. Okay, now I know the far bigger the far bigger channels like Hugh Wizzy, and the Burnley guy lives or something. The Burnley guy, and other channels have gone with a story, but those were hours after, right? So credit where credit's due, right? Right. DT, controversial character on AFTV. I I never liked him, if I'm honest with you, but I can see why Robbie was so attracted to him. Um, trying to think. I'm trying to. I was late coming into YouTube, and AFTV was one of the first channels in which I watched. And as a football follower, and used to go to football every Saturday. I could kind of relate. At first, I could relate to some of the characters, but then it started to go a bit more extreme. I'll be honest with you. It started to go a bit more extreme, where I think, is that really necessary? And then he started calling individual players out, which I don't like. If a player is playing for your team, okay, he may be a bit of a bloody donkey, but he's still representing your team, and whether you like his play or not, he's still giving 100%, or you would like to think he's giving 100%. But they always try to have an agenda against certain player which I never really agreed with. I never really agreed with. It was, because unfortunately, as the mass following, let's be completely honest with you. If it wasn't for AFTV's success, fan channels and everything would never happen, right? I have to put that out there. But maybe because of the sponsor kind of demands, maybe. But to me, it went when when it got bigger and the sponsor became attracted to it. Kind of like they kind of completely changed, or they wanted to completely change their representation. They wanted to have all genders involved, all creeds, all backgrounds, everything. Where originally that wasn't the case. Now, everyone knows that I fell out with Claude. Unfortunately, I did fall out with Claude. And many people think that many people today have gone on social media and they do blame AFTV for Claude taking his own life, which I do get that. But I do also think that people need to understand that at that time, unfortunately, Claude had many, many demons. And with me, one of the issues I come across is that he would never accept he was wrong, and he would never apologize. That's my own personal issue with Claude. I wish we never fell out, but we did, and that time of shaking hands will never come back now. But it wasn't just Claude. It then became a Mo thing, with the Palestine top, jumper, t-shirt, polo shirt, whatever it was he was wearing during his AFTV interviews, and that became an issue. Then it was allowing, on one hand, you threw Claude under a bus because he said a comment which was probably because of his older generation was okay back in the day, but nowadays not. But yet allowing troops to say an even worse racial comment, and he was no problem at all on that. And then the Lee Gunner, now people know my issues with Lee Gunner, but the amount of racial comments that guy had made, and they allowed him to come back on. It went from a fan channel to a business empire. And during that process, they walked over many, many people. And some people will never forgive him for it. Let's go back in the chat for a minute, yeah? Russ says, AFTV transcendent just been, yeah. Well, we never took. We'll have to disagree on that, Cheddars. We'll have to disagree on that, yeah? Okay. Officially didn't take his own life. But how many times live on air did he threaten to take his own life? because he was so depressed. Come on, Chad. I don't want to. Claude was not in a good frame of mind, and he wasn't. He really, and everybody else knows that he went downhill the moment he left AFTV. You know that. Yes, part of the problem is Claude never apologized. I think if Claude really apologized, then I think the issue may have been resolved, but he didn't, because he thought that he didn't need to apologize because of a generation kind of thing, which I do get, but you can't deny the way Claude's mental state. Sometimes you'd be watching him on YouTube, and he'd be watching a man break down live on stream because he wasn't in the right mental state. Because without AFTV, let's be real here. AFTV was his life. Without AFTV, Claude had no life. But in my opinion, and it is my honest opinion, during a period where AFTV went from a fan channel to a commercial YouTube channel, in my opinion, Claude's face, age, gender, it didn't fit with sponsors, and because of that, they just waited for the first excuse to get rid of him. That's my opinion. Right, bear with me 1 second. This is going to be a long one, guys. This is going to be a long one. Okay, okay. So, and you guys know that I've done videos, in the past about this. So, after Claude, passed ways with AFTV, Robbie does an upload to say me and Claude are fine. We still talk because he was worried. Many people were worried about his mental health. Maybe about a few months down the line. Yeah, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Still talk to him on a regular basis. Blah blah blah. Claude then passes away, unfortunately. Now remember that at the time, Company's House Company's House record stated that AFTV were making, I think it was around about 800,000 a year, or the last profits were around 800,000. Now Claude was a massive, massive attraction to AFTV during that time, but yet Claude's family had to put out an appeal, one of those internet, internet appeals, everyone joins in to pay for the funeral. Now, you would have thought at that time, if Robbie and the AFTV company were such good employers, you would have thought at that time, look, Claude, when he was on, he helped us make so much money per year. It's only good and proper that we pay for a funeral. Maybe it's just me thinking too good in people. I would have done it if I was in charge of a company, and I know my former worker who made that amount of money for me. I would have done it, but no, they had to do a fund me bloody page. The family had to do a fund me page for that, and it was at that point I thought, nah, this is just all about money. So later on, you got other thing, a Mo thing, as I mentioned, coming out. Now this has really got my goat. It's really got my goat on a few things. On a few things, right? Many people will know that it's not severe depression, but I can go up and down quite quickly, especially during the COVID shutdown and during my marriage bloody breakdown. Right? But for DT, for DT to come out and tell people that the reason he's not going on YouTube or AFTV was because he had mental issues, right? But yet the reality is that in November he was convicted for 1 year for kidnapping, taking photos of his ex-girlfriend nude, beating her then boyfriend up. I think it's an absolute freaking disgrace. Sam, yeah, I will send you. Hang on. Hang on a minute. 1 second. I will bring. Okay, Sam, I've sent you a link. Listen, if I'm out of order in what I'm saying, call me out. I got no problem at all on that, right? But we'll go more into it now when Sam comes in. Sam, I've sent you via Twitter as well. Just go on a chat until Sam arrives anyway. Russ says he's protecting his brand. I get that. Russ, right? I get that. But throughout all the issues we've had, it's not. I'm tired of the. It's not me, bruv. Do you know what I mean? I'm tired of that bloody excuse from him. Steve says, Leave it out, Steve. Leave it out, Steve Denham. Yeah, he is a clown. He is a clown. And, right, hang on. Before Sam comes on, I'm going to get the actual, because this is big shit. This is big shit. For it to be on a government website, right, about your court case, I have never seen a case which on appeal has been tripled. You know, tripled. I it's incredible, absolutely freaking incredible. Hang on, still waiting for Sam at the moment, guys. So right, while we're waiting for him, I'm going to read you this, right, from the government website. Okay, a man who stalked, assaulted, and kidnapped a woman has had his sentence tripled following a referral to the Court of Appeal by the Solicitor General Alex Chalk QC MP. Liam Goodenough, I didn't even know that was his real name, but Liam Goodenough, 42, stalked his former partner as she went on a date, and jealousy sending a victim's brother messages threatening suicide and demanding to know the location of the victim. Using a tracking feature on her phone, Goodenough drove to a hotel where the victim was staying and verbally abused her, as well as assaulting her companion. He then proceeded to photograph her while she was naked, basically. Goodenough dragged the victim out of the hotel room to his car, suggesting he had a knife and that her son was in the vehicle. However, when she realized that her son was not in the car, she tried to escape. A bystander, and well done to this bystander, then intervened, and the victim was able to get out of the car while Goodenough then escaped. Goodenough was convicted of stalking involving serious alarm or distress and kidnapping. On the 5th of November, in Aylesbury Crown Court, he was sentenced to 12 months. He was also handed a restraining order for 10 years. Following the sentencing, the Solicitor General referred the case to the Court of Appeal. On the 13th of January, the Court of Appeal found the original sentence to be duly lenient and then increased it to 3 years in prison. 3 years in prison? Goodenough was subjected the victim to a shocking, frightening ordeal, said the Director General. I referred his sentence because I considered it did not reflect the gravity of offending and was duly lenient. So there you go. There you go. Fucking 3 years. And many people today are still supporting the fucking clown. Yeah, no, I do apologize. And where's Sam as well? Where's Sam as well? Another thing as well, right? As it stated, right? He was originally sentenced in November. Okay? DT appeared on AFTV after the Manchester City game. So during a period, into appeal fucking Sheeran was there. You're trying to tell me that Robbie and his AFTV bloody sidekicks didn't know anything about this? Nah. That's what they're claiming. They didn't know anything about it. Today, in a statement, they didn't know anything about it. Hang on. One of you were main characters on your channel, right? Gets sentenced for 12 months in November, which was then appealed, and you didn't know anything about it. Your sponsors didn't know anything about it. No one knew anything about it. Absolute bollocks. Here he comes. Hey, Sam, how are you?
I'm all right. How you doing, Brownie?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. The
Well,
late
yeah,
night
you look surprisingly awake.
You are?
I said you look surprisingly awake.
I know. Well, I'm 4 hours ahead of you. So these late night Q&A may have to turn into late evening Q&A in the UK from now on, I tell you. All good with you?
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, thank you. Yep, doing well.
Okay, you say I'm talking bollocks. Go on, go ahead.
Well, just the whole Claude thing. I mean, you got to be a bit careful with that because, first of all, you don't really know what the numbers are for AFTV. It's not 800K. Would you say it is? And also, the other thing is you got to be careful of is, he did actually die of natural causes. You shouldn't really.
Look, with the 800K, that was proven because I done a video about it, and that was proven with Company's House because I done.
That wasn't profit, was it? That was just turnover, wasn't it? It wasn't profit.
No, it's profit. It's profit.
You sure?
The
800K
turnover was
profit is a
1.3
lot.
million. The turnover was 1.3 million.
Okay, well, 800K sounds like a lot. But anyway, how many companies do you know pay funerals for their employees?
I think it all really depends on how
I don't.
well.
I
Or
don't know of any companies that pay
we've had.
funerals.
I'm sure we had this chat when it
I know we
happened.
did way back then. I don't know of any companies that pay for funeral employees. I don't. It's down to the family.
I don't know. We did have this chat.
Yeah, it's deja vu.
We
It's
did. We
definitely
did.
deja vu.
Look, and I was still stand by my stance then, and it was, look, if this guy helped me make this amount of money,
Mm,
and for whatever reason he sadly passed away, and I can see his family doing a GoFundMe page to help pay for funeral costs.
yeah.
Look, maybe it's my moral. Maybe I got a better moral compass
Listen, no,
than
where you're
others.
coming from, you're coming from a good place, and where you're coming from is probably, in the whole morality of things, correct what you're saying. But in terms of how companies work, and and they're not just a normal. It's not just Robbie Lyle anymore, is it? It's a whole.
Yeah,
It's a company now, isn't it? You got real people running it, the sponsors, all of this, blah blah blah. And if they've fired him, which I think they did, we all know they did, for whether it's right or not, they fired him for racism, basically, or racial slurs or whatever, right? They're not going to further back him by paying his funeral because that's not going to sit right with the sponsors either, is it? Once they've fired him, they've terminated for those reasons. They're not going to further go and back him by paying for his funeral.
I get that.
But you're right in terms of what would morally be correct. Yes, of course, you have a company that makes a lot of money, and he's someone who's helped them make that money from the start, basically.
Yeah.
You're right. In a moral world, that probably would be what should happen. But you know what companies are like, and like I said, I can't think of any company. I've been a part of a few companies in my life, and employees around me unfortunately have passed away, and none of them, even though several of them I know who passed away, have been part of the company for many years and been important parts of the company. Their funeral didn't get covered by the company.
Well, they probably shit employees, but never mind. That's
There
right.
you go. We should
Okay,
probably we should probably move on. We
let's
should probably
fast
move
forward.
on.
Let's fast forward on today's news. I just read out what was basically on the government's own website.
Yeah,
Um,
it's terrible. The DT stuff, isn't it? It's terrible.
Absolutely disgraceful.
Yeah.
Absolutely disgraceful. And for him to bring in mental health to cover, he probably did have mental health and stress, but he brought it along himself. The girl involved probably had far more fucking mental health and stress
Yeah.
with attempted kidnap.
It becomes a bit of an excuse, doesn't it? That mental health, unfortunately, sometimes it becomes an excuse certain people hide behind, and it becomes something it's not. And it's terrible with what happened with DT, isn't it? I mean, we knew the guy was a loose cannon. How many times have we seen it? The guy obviously can't control his temper, can't control his anger. We've seen it on AFTV many times. We saw it in the whole football thing, and yeah, you could just see it coming. Apparently, he's been violent before, and everything. He's served time before when he was younger, so that's now why he's getting the book. Excuse me, that's why he's getting the book thrown at him, isn't it? So
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
Karma is a bitch, really. He's treated many people on YouTube quite badly,
mm,
and you're trying to tell me that no one in prison fucking watches AFTV.
mm,
I tell you what, he better go to the fucking showers alone. That's for sure.
no, he's gonna have a difficult time now, isn't he? So yeah, but it's a bit of a strange one with AFTV though, saying that they don't. When he was on when he was on AFTV last now in January, they said that I saw their statement today was that they didn't know about what was going on, but that they didn't know the truth behind what was going on. But I don't know. That to me, that doesn't sound right, does it?
No.
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 No. Anyway, I just want to quickly say hi to everyone in the chat, by the way, because I see
Yeah.
people saying hi.
Sorry. Take it
I
away,
want to say
man.
hi to Russ. I hope you got your Vaseline and your rubber glove on. And nice to see you, Chris, Stephen. Nice to see you, mate. I see we've got the good old cowboy in tonight. He's back here. Is John Wayne is here, and yeah, nice to see all the guys. I saw Ryan was in earlier. Hope you guys are doing well. Having a nice evening, and yeah, hope you enjoy the evening with us.
Right. Do you want to know how I got done over by a sales assistant yesterday? Properly done over.
What happened?
Yeah. Fuck's sake. I went to a shopping mall yesterday, right? And where you got the in the middle of the shopping mall, you got all these kind of little pop up kind of shops, isn't there? Really, right?
Yeah.
So I'm walking now, and this beautiful girl pulls me to one side.
Oh, here we go. The beautiful girl did it. Yeah,
Here we go. Right, you're fucking right. Here we go. And oh, Mister, hi, how are you? Boom, boom. And I'm thinking, fucking hell, fuck, she was beautiful, honestly. And she was going on and on and on. And let me show you. Do you believe in magic? She said. Proper, best fucking sales pitch I've ever seen in my life. Do you believe in magic? And she was looking in my eyes. I thought, oh, a dirty old man. I take a dirty old man fucking comment, right? I really would.
She caught
Right?
a big fish
But she was
here.
so, and even now, right? Even so, she's having to go on my nail, right? Right? Rico, do you believe in magic and putting all this shit on my nail? And then when you wiped it off and all that, I'm not kidding you. My nail, I don't know if you can see the difference really. Can you see the right? There you go. Can you
Mm.
see the difference?
Not really. What is it? Is it cleaner or what?
Like more shinier. I think you can. I can. I can. Can people in the chat? That one. That one.
Yeah. What do you mean? Like is glistening more
Yeah,
or?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Right,
Yeah.
right. Proper gay shit. If I'm honest with you, right, right. And when it happened, I thought, "Fucking hell!" Right when she done it yesterday, it was glowing. I was nearly blinded by the glow off my fucking nail. Right, and I said, "Look, before we go into any figures," I said, you know, Starbucks or Coffee Nero or Star. I said, come on, we'll go Starbucks. One Starbucks, bought a coffee. We had a little chat. Add a mobile number, all that. Went back, and then she started selling me something else. And she like freaking um um um
You got hooked.
like the rough shit you put on your skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, people
Mhm.
in the chat will bloody know anyway.
Yeah, like
I'm, I'm,
exfoliation or
I'm
whatever.
literally, I'm literally taken over by her eyes now. She's looking at me, doing all this fucking the skin rub, innit? All the skin rub, and she knew my name then, Mr. Adam. Do you believe in magic? I think, oh fucking hell, here
Here
we
we go
go.
again.
Right? Okay, okay, okay. I said, look, okay, I'll buy it on condition that I'll take you out. Yeah, right? Is that the thing? Of course. Oh, I'd love you to take me out. Well, give me all right. No worries. No, she must have been about 25 to
Mm.
28. You know what I mean? 43-year-old, fucking 40 was a fucking big man, right? So I did buy it. It's still in a fucking wrapping thing, right?
Yeah, here we go.
And she thought she'd done something good for me by giving me one, buy one, get one free, right? Ended up being fucking 280 fucking DRAM. So about time divide that by five.
280 divided by 5, that's what, 50? 60?
Yeah, 50, 60 quid. I mean fucking done it. And then she's not answering the fucking phone now, is she?
Of course
Fucking
not.
bitch.
Of course
So
not.
I'm properly done over by freaking Romanian fucking sales assistant yesterday. Simply because I was a dirty old man. Fucking shit, isn't it?
You were thinking with the wrong head again, weren't you? You were thinking with the wrong head, and you were getting her skin rubbed. You're like, oh, yeah, rub me another place, please. And you're looking in her eyes. And, do you believe in magic? You go, oh, yeah, babe, I believe in magic. Let's disappear together.
Oh, hey, Steve
Yeah.
Denham, go good. That's my most birthday present sorted. Fucking, hey, good. Well done. Good
Yeah.
thinking,
Yeah.
Mr.
Definitely.
Adam. Oh, honestly, do you believe in magic? Oh,
Do you believe in
fucking
magic?
hell.
Yeah,
It would be
yeah,
fucking
babe.
magic if I nailed you. Ah, fuck's sake.
Bloody hell. Like Stefan said in the chat, did she show you a wand?
Oh, properly done over. Properly done
Yeah,
over.
well, it's easy to get done over by these
It was
girls.
the best. It was the best sales pitch I've ever seen. I think.
Good looking girls. It's easy, and you get drawn in. That's the way, innit?
As Chris Cheddar said, like conning an old granny. Yeah, you're probably right. Maybe that's my next
She saw
fucking
you
career move.
coming. She saw
Maybe
you
that's my
coming,
next
mate.
career move.
Yeah, she saw you coming. Oh, here we go.
Karma coming back. Yeah, probably, man. Probably.
Mm.
Couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't believe it.
It's easy to go in that trap. The honey trap, innit? Fucking honey trap.
Couldn't believe it. Anyway, Sam, how about yourself? What you been up to? I know that you moved now. What's the
Yeah,
latest?
man. I'm out
And
in
Happy New
Clacton.
Year.
Out in Clacton, closer to where my father lives. Keep a little bit of an eye on him now. He's getting older, and not as he used to be. And yeah, it's nice out here. I like it out here. Very nice and quiet, and much more open, fresh air. It's nice. I'm working from home mostly, as you know, and
Yeah.
yeah, work's going well, and yeah, thanks. Everything's going well so far. So we'll have to get Brownie out this way soon. So it'll be good. You get the old train out whenever you go. Just drive over. I'll be getting a motor at the end of the month actually, so I'll come. I'll be driving around bothering other people as well.
Oh, Ricky now.
Yeah.
Ricky now. I can't imagine you on a
I'm
bloody.
gonna go up to. I've got Stefan's address. I'm gonna go up to him in Suffolk there, and I'm
Oh,
gonna
not far away, you.
I'm gonna bring him. Yeah, I'm not far away here. Yeah, I'm East Essex here, not far away from him, and I'm gonna drive to his place and bring him a nice Norwich flag
I
because
did.
that's exactly what he wants.
I did look at a map. Where Clacton, not far away from Colchester, then.
No, we're only about a 20-minute drive from Colchester.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but Colchester New Ground is on a motorway.
yeah, the new ground's quite good. Yeah,
Yeah,
and if you drive about 20 minutes, 25 minutes more, you get to Chelmsford. So then you got Chelmsford, you got Braintree, all that round there, and yeah, then you're not far from the M25, so it's not too far out here,
yeah,
really.
yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah, Colchester.
When you go north from
Well,
here,
I never went actually inside the New Ground. I went to Layer Road, which is the old one.
yeah, and I haven't been to Colchester. I might go there to watch a game or two actually, because that's like the closest like proper league ground I have around here, apart from Southend and Ipswich. I don't think I'm going to go to Ipswich, to be honest. I don't think I want to go up there.
Nah, fuck that. You
But,
bumped into fucking Stefan and his fucking buddies.
yeah, we're
Bloody
going to Stefford. I
fuck
don't.
yeah
That's it.
now.
Don't want to bump into them lot. So him and his
Well,
the crazy artist gang.
well, it was a shame that when I was last in the Heathrow area, you already moved, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I
And
know. Because, yeah, I'd already moved, but yeah, you would. Still, you managed to visit before you went out there, didn't you? Last time,
I know, but I know,
you only missed about 5 flights.
no comment. Fuck it now. I honestly, I knew I shouldn't. I knew I shouldn't have opened up a second bottle of wine. I
Yeah,
freaking knew it.
that
I
wasn't a good
freaking knew
decision.
it.
That wasn't a good decision, was it? Really?
No,
At
no,
the
no.
end
But
of
it
it.
was you, wouldn't it? Go on. You were like, I said, I actually watched that stream back when I
Yeah.
got over here. And it was you. I'm blaming you, Sam, because
Oh, you
I was
always
like,
blame me. You always fucking
oh,
blame
yeah,
me.
because I said, Sam, right, should we knock on? No, I'm fine, he said. I'm fine. Let's carry on. All right, then, no worries. Let's freaking carry on. Fucking hell, 2 hours later. Okay, now. And then you tried to ring me then the following day about 1 o'clock, wouldn't you, Sam? You tried
Yeah.
to ring me like fuck.
Oh, I thought
And I
I
was
was
like,
just wanted
oh,
to check to
fuck
see if you
it.
managed to. I had a feeling, I had a sneaking feeling you weren't going to get to that flight because you hadn't had your PCR done or anything. So I thought there's a little chance you might not have got that flight. I thought I'd check anyway, but no, you was fucking a kip. You was, weren't you? You didn't.
Uh,
You didn't. You didn't show up until the afternoon.
well, to be honest, anyone that needs a PCR around the Heathrow area, don't bother. They're scared at you, from your home,
Mm,
nearest place to your home. It's absolute piss take.
mm,
Absolute
yeah,
piss take. They last for 3 days, I think. So you do it before you travel to
yeah.
Heathrow.
You just
Absolute
need to show a
ridiculous.
result taken within the last 3 days, so you can. You can. Most people do that in their local area before they travel.
Yeah. Well, I went to a hotel which this time around I went to a hotel which was much nearer Heathrow, right?
Yeah.
I tell you what, look, slightly cheaper on the room, but location-wise, absolute shit. It was
Mm.
like an industrial estate. Nearest shop was freaking miles away. I had to go in a taxi to
Where
Tesco's,
did you go? Where was it you went?
Ibis in Heathrow.
Oh yeah, you're in the middle of nowhere down there, aren't you?
Yeah, absolute middle of nowhere. Right?
Yeah.
I had to go to Tesco's,
Yeah.
get a taxi to Tesco's. He had to wait for me to come back out and then come back.
Mm.
15 freaking quid to go to Tesco, for fuck's sake. Do you know what I mean? You know? Oh, yeah, I know.
Jesus Christ, mate. I mean, I know that around there, though, some of those hotels can be really difficult to get to and from, and all of that. They only, yeah,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
good.
no.
Yeah,
But that's a bloody sales pitch they put on fucking the internet, isn't it? Hotels.com. Or
yeah,
not far away from bloody this, not far
yeah.
away from that.
Well,
And
you're
then
close to
the
Heathrow.
reality,
Yeah,
fuck it. The amount of money I spent on taxis, it's
yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah.
Stefan says any Norwich flags may just become.
I'll hang one up. I'll hang one up outside his door. He'll know I've been then.
Ewa says, Kieran so he's going to release a video. Ah, well, fuck him. That's up to him. Get electric scooter. Are you mad? Fuck that. Are they allowed in bloody England and electric scooters?
I think so. I've seen people using them.
They were banned in Spain, you see.
I think I've seen the people use them. Not so much around here, but saw it down in London.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't got a clue. But then I had to go somewhere in London, right? So I jumped on the fucking blue line at Heathrow. It took nearly an hour, man. It took nearly an hour to get. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, why am I doing this?
Because it's a long old trip into central London from Heathrow. It's a fair trip, that is. Many stops.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
So, Arsenal. Let's talk about Arsenal.
Right.
Right. I know that you're going to be biased. You're going to be pro-Arsenal and all that. But
I know you're going to be anti-Arsenal.
First of all, your opinion about the cancellation of North London Derby, first of all.
So again, in an ideal world, it wouldn't happen. But the rule is there, right? Liverpool fucking used it, even though they actually cheated because they were full of false positives. So if Liverpool can use it, why can't Arsenal use it? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, but Arsenal ain't claiming that they're COVID, are they?
Yeah, but the rules. If you read the rules,
the wording of the ruling is completely flawed.
So they're following the rules. Liverpool got their fucking game postponed. So why can't Arsenal? That's what I want to know. You know, but it's so typical to jump on Arsenal whenever Arsenal do something. Oh, it's all terrible, even though other teams have done the same fucking thing. I don't know. Is that Jamie O'Hara fucking?
Wow, Jamie O'Hara got absolutely melted.
Yeah, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. They fucking forfeited their game. They didn't even bother applying. They just fucking didn't bother. They didn't even fucking bother. And that's UEFA. That's not the fucking FA. That's not the Premier League. That's UEFA. So he's going, oh no, they're not treated the same. Well, UEFA's not the fucking FA, is it, Jamie? You fucking plank.
Jamie O'Hara giving a moral compass to anything after, in front of his kids, he beat his wife with a freaking trainer. Ah, fuck off, man.
No, Jamie
that guy is an absolute tool. He is a tool.
He's an absolute wanker, that O'Hara. He's an absolute wanker. Talks out of his arse. There's no clue about what he's talking about. And for some reason, he's employed to talk football on television.
Well,
I don't get it.
That's Talk Sports for you, isn't it?
They'll employ anyone. They'll employ anyone.
Talk Sport love fucking controversial people.
Yeah, they obviously love absolute twats who have no idea what they're talking about. Jesus
Christ. Well, I'm waiting for a phone call off him, man, yeah?
Well, if I fit that mould, fair enough, but fucking hell. Jamie O'Hara, my God, that plank, the stuff that comes out of his mouth, honestly. Oh, my God.
Well, no, he can whine. You know, he winds up bloody Arsenal fans, right? But then when it comes back on him,
yeah,
when he winds it up, he calls it banter. When it comes back on him, he calls it abuse. Hang on.
Disappears. Yeah, I know, because that's what twats do, right? That's what pussies do. I see Russ makes a good point in the chat. This is why Liverpool being charged for false negative. Exactly. Most of the fucking tests were false positive.
I said for weeks on the late night shows that, you know, clubs didn't have to show any evidence of these COVID fucking results. I said for weeks.
Yeah. No, the thing is, you got the rule there. Liverpool managed to get it done. Arsenal have gone for the same. And then when Arsenal do it, everything's all fucking, oh my God, it's fucking burned the world down. But Liverpool just done it. Oh no, it's okay for them. Why is it? What is it with Liverpool? Why do they get such preferential treatment in the media? Is it because of Hillsborough? What is it? I don't get it.
Because the Premier League want to protect. This is what I think. Premier League are so corrupt. They want to protect the brand, the Premier League brand, right?
Yeah.
And I do think that they are under the impression that um, um, a crippled top team in the Premier League is not as attractive TV wide, worldwide,
Mm.
than a full team, and that's why that's what I'm thinking. That's really what I'm thinking
Arsenal,
now.
Arsenal, the third biggest, the third biggest team in the country, club in the country. Yes, Liverpool are largest. Manchester United, they're
That's why
quite
they were
similar.
willing. That's why they were willing, in my opinion, to call off a North London derby because they didn't want to depleted Arsenal team.
That's yeah. In terms of the
Worldwide.
FA, in terms of I'm talking about the media. I was asking why is it the media love Liverpool so much and hate Arsenal so much? Why? What is it about Liverpool that everyone loves so much? I don't get it.
You know why? Because the media these days rely on clickbait, rely on outrage, rely on controversy, and unfortunately, the Arsenal social media bloody fan base
Yeah,
bites every time the fucking bait is fucking out there, no matter what bloody media organisation we're talking about.
yeah. No, it's just they don't. It's amazing how differently they talk about the different clubs. When it's Liverpool, it's like oh, it's not quite as bad. There's different reasons and excuses and explanations. And then when it comes to Arsenal, it's like Arsenal just like reinvented the bubonic plague or something. It's like oh my god, everyone melts down like it's fucking candles in a fire.
Do you
Oh,
think, I'm just putting it out there now, right? Do you think there's an agenda not for against Arsenal, not for them to come back into the top fucking.
I think the media. I think when it comes to the media, I do think there is a certain agenda towards Arsenal in the media, and I think that goes down to what traditionally where the media comes from. That a lot of the media is northern. A lot of the media, traditionally supports the northern clubs. And they support like the Chelseas and the fucking Tottenhams because the old Fleet Street mob. They're that type of a football supporter. They've always been against Arsenal for certain things, and I just think it's something that traditionally just stays there. And then you look at all, the more modern day journalists and everything are basically just kids with fucking no real proper fucking education or anything like that in terms of journalism now. Because now anyone can be a journalist, right? You just go online and write something. Um,
What are you trying to say about my period of my career?
let's have it right. Let's have it right, Brownie. Today, to be a journalist, you don't really need to do much, do you? You just need to go online and
I
write
know.
something.
You
If
know
you write
what? My
something well,
spelling,
if you
if
write
it
something
wasn't
well,
for
you're a
fucking
journalist.
autocorrect, my spelling be fucked.
If you write something well, you're all of a sudden you're a journalist. If but before you used to have to, have an education and do
Yeah.
something, go through
Media studies and
go
all
through
that,
the
yeah.
steps of it and everything. But now it's just you go online on fucking YouTube and write something, and then you go online like Facebook or whatever, write your own blog or whatever, and all of a sudden you're a football journalist. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's
No, I
completely
agree.
different nowadays. And then there's it's just popular to be against Arsenal. I think it's like Russ said, there's there's a bandwagon. You jump on the bandwagon because that's where the popularity is.
Yeah, but the
That's where
fan
the
base
clicks
don't help
are.
themselves, you see,
That's where
because
the
they
clicks
have
are.
to
I mean,
pay.
look at AFTV. Whenever AFTV do something bad or stupid, it's like the internet melts down. It's like Twitter stops. Can't fucking cope. Because you got so many people, absolutely just going mental to try and degrade and fucking abuse Arsenal
It's all
fans.
clickbait, isn't it? That's a modern thing. It's all
And obviously it's a bandwagon they all have to jump on, and that's all of a sudden where the clicks come from and the sponsorship money increases. And we live in a world now where media gets paid by clicks, right? They don't get paid to do a good job or actually cover something properly. They're just paid for the advertising, so they just do whatever gives them the most advertising, right? So unfortunately, that's the world we live in now. It's completely fucking it's ruined. The world we live in is ruined. It's just a complete race to the bottom now, the bottom of the barrel, and whoever gets there the quickest, is the happiest. And And yeah, we'll see if everyone manages to fucking get there before the climate fucking kills us.
And if any sponsors are watching, I don't really agree with Sam's comments. I don't, right? Because I think football brownie videos are absolutely top
No, but
notch.
don't you think it's interesting? This is something. This is something you want to start talking about real topics. I mean, this is interesting to me. I think it's interesting how people in general think. Oh, I mean, where do they think money comes from to pay for like services and the NHS and the police, the fire brigade,
Oh, we're going into
um,
deep now. We're going in. Right,
roads?
what I'm going to do? We're going into this deep, right?
No,
Right.
I just
What I'm
want
going
to.
to
I
do?
just want to ask people. Where
I
do
just want
it,
to go to the toilet
let
first.
me finish my fucking
I
point.
can hear you. You just go to. Yeah,
Yeah.
you talk about because I'm spoken to you. You talk about the Liverpool Arsenal game. When I come back, we will go deep, 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 deep. Right, go on.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Liverpool Arsenal game. Well, it's coming up in it, and yeah, Arsenal will play that game, I think, and we're at home, Emirates. I think we've got a chance to beat Liverpool, to be honest. If they're still without Salah and Mane, they're not as good as they are normally. They struggle in attack without them. They don't have the fluidity. They don't have the normal play they do. So I think if we get one or two players back, we could maybe have a chance. That's what I think against Liverpool. I don't think they're absolutely unbeatable at the moment at all. So at the Emirates, I think we can maybe get a win out of that and go through to the final. Would be great. Be good to get into a final. It's good for the fans. I know it's only the League Cup, the Carabao Cup. It's not the Champions League. We all know that, but it's still a cup. It's still a trophy, and it's still a day out at Wembley for all our fans, and it's a fantastic experience. I don't see why people are so against that. They say, "Oh no, it's the League Cup, boy. It's still a fucking trophy, isn't it?" I mean, it's trophies are what people want, right? Those shiny things in the cabinet. That's what people want, right? So, fucking gets me down. All these people. Oh no, we can't go for the League Cup. Oh, fuck off then, and fucking do 10-pin bowling instead or something. Go down the fucking alleyway and start fucking, I don't know, collecting bottles instead. Anyway, what are you guys saying in the chat? Spurs have always been media darlings. Yeah, oh yeah, Glenn Hoddle, fucking Jurgen Klinsmann, Teddy Sheringham. Oh, they can never do anything wrong, could they? Fucking Paul Gascoigne, a fucking raving lunatic. Could never do anything wrong when he was at Tottenham, could he? Fucking Tottenham, media love Tottenham for some stupid reason. 90% of the refs are northern. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of northern bias in the game. I mean, look traditionally at all the England teams. I mean, most of the squads are all, most of the squads are all fucking Manchester United, Liverpool, the northern clubs. Bubonic plague. Yeah, that's what I told you about that. Leeds United have to play 5 matches with hardly no players, though. Yeah. Well, the FA have to approve their fucking. I don't know. Maybe they've got more players registered that are available. That I don't know exactly what Leeds application looks like. But if you apply, you have to apply for postponement, and either it gets approved or not. Unfortunately, I'm not the FA, but I don't make the rules either. But the rules are supposed to be the same for everyone, right? Don't you agree? So if Liverpool get a game postponed based on those rules that they are, so why can't Arsenal do the same? Why can't the rules be the same for all teams? So then that could be, it could be anyone. That could be Norwich, Burnley, whatever. Why can't the rules be the same for everyone, right? So no, because Arsenal get it approved. Oh no, it's terrible. But anyway.
Anyway, right.
Yeah.
How deep do you want to go?
No, I just think it's an interesting question to ask
Oh,
people.
come on, hey, anything goes on this bloody show. Go on.
I think it's an interesting question to ask people, make them think just a little bit, think a little bit harder about things. And that is, where do they think the money comes from to pay for the NHS, to pay for the fire brigade, police, our roads, all of these things. Where do they think their money comes from? It comes from taxes, right? Taxes that we pay.
Yeah, but
And at
hang
the
on.
same time, people are up in arms every time the government wants to increase taxes. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying taxes should be increased all the fucking time. That's not what I'm saying. But when people are completely against raising taxes, when we obviously don't have the fucking money to pay for what we have at the moment, and people are against raising taxes, there are too many people for the services we need, and we don't have enough money to cover it, or we're borrowing money out of our arse as a nation, which isn't good. You have to get to a point where you raise taxes to try and generate more income. That is where the income pays for. That's the money goes to pay for our services. And then people are like, no, you can't raise taxes. Okay, you don't want to raise taxes and don't expect to be able to get treatment by the NHS in the next 3 years, then, because that's what's going to happen.
Right. Can I come back on that?
Yeah, sure, go on. I know you're going to be come with
Right.
some fucking
Right.
YouTube crap.
Through my previous work experience, let's call it.
Yeah, your
Right.
10 days as a counsellor.
Worst ever. What I did realise is that the council tax, it works out on a complete bloody local council budget. You're looking at around about 6%. So council brings in 6% from council tax to everything it needs to pay. Right? Everything else is then kind of like funded from uh, central government, really. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's only
yeah,
like 6%. I support low taxes, and the reason I support low taxes is simply because it puts more money in people's pockets, and by them spending, it generates the economy more, and that then has a knock-on effect of people earning money, and also the country earning money more, because these companies are going to have more customers, and it's that point where the companies would have to pay their taxes, their corporate tax and all that. I'm all for personal individuals having low taxes because it makes them buy more. But then the companies then having quite high taxes, so they against their profits, that goes to the company, that goes to the government, then it's recycled, if you know what I mean.
I know what you're trying to say, but it's a formula that doesn't work very well, because you're
Sam is
talking
just a communist. He's freaking.
you're talking about the old Republican trickle down method. That doesn't work. Just you can't cover your expenses like that. You just can't. The expenses every. I mean, think about every decade. How much more it's expensive it becomes as our population grows and our services become more demanding and everything. And in the terms of the taxes to match that, we're nowhere near to match the cost of all of that. And you were just going to get inflation, because
Yeah,
we have,
the
we have to
NHS.
we have to borrow more money to cover it. We borrow more. We borrow more from China. We borrow more from God knows where else. And then inflation goes up. Things cost more. So the money at the end of the day, it's horses for courses, because things cost more.
When I do think in the UK, right, and it is a bloody hot potato politically, no matter who. But I do think the UK, no matter who it is, right, we need a mature, independent debate regarding the NHS.
Mm,
We really, really do. Um, I'll be completely honest. When I was younger, making far more money than what I am now, I did actually think about going private with my health. Taking out health insurance and so on and
yeah.
so forth. But the only thing that stopped me was I thinking, hang on, I don't want to be paying into two separate schemes
Yeah.
for the same thing, right? And what I do support an opt out. I do support an opt out. If you want to go private, no problem at all. But you're allowed then not to pay any national insurance for the healthcare. I do support that.
Yeah, I mean, there's supposed to be, isn't there supposed to be like Bupa, where you're still covered by the NHS, but certain things you get private, but you pay extra for that, right? So,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
you're paying two different schemes. You're paying double, basically.
yeah, but
I don't like it.
you're paying to have better service on certain things, aren't you? That's what you're paying for. Because certain basic things, it doesn't matter if you're going through the NHS or private at all, you're still going to get the same thing. But then when you're talking more like, when it comes to like elective surgeries, surgeries that are not,
Yeah,
surgeries you want to have done that you think need to be done, with the NHS, that's going to take forever. Whereas you go
yeah,
through private, you get it done straight away, and that's something you pay for, right? So, but my point being, yeah, and I agree with Chris. The NHS does need reforming because it's based on an old
it
model,
really
an old
does, man.
format. It's not fit for purpose anymore. Where the country is so many more people with so many more different complex, combinations of different problems and logistical issues and everything. It's just, yeah, the NHS does need reform big time. But my point is, the point I was trying to make was, I think it's funny all these people saying they don't want to pay any tax, but then at the same time they want a better NHS, they want better police, they want better everything, not realizing, well, it's a tax that pays for that.
Yeah,
That's my
but
point.
also as well, though, Sam. But Stefan's leave the NHS alone. Stefan is one of those Marxists from fucking Suffolk. But no, I completely get your point, mate. I completely get your point. Well, one thing that really angers me, one thing, and I think it kind of like links in to what you're saying, Sam. Okay, I think if people didn't see the amount of waste certain private fucking organizations do, I don't think they'd mind paying more tax.
Mm,
It's when they fucking see,
yeah,
all the well, I can MPs, right? MPs, bloody, and they flip in a fucking house, they second houses and so on,
yeah,
to get better fucking yeah, tax relief and stuff. Don't
mm.
like it. When I see that, you're never gonna get the public on side, no matter
No,
what.
unfortunately, because you have MPs, that not really paying much tax themselves, right? So, I agree, and that's down to the politicians not doing the right thing and not following the laws themselves, and that's terrible. It really is. But at the same time, you have to realize at some point that the money to pay for all of this does come from somewhere, and it doesn't come from trees. It doesn't come from it doesn't come from thin air. So at some point, you have to realize that things have to be done, and things are going to increase in cost. And from that, you need to generate that money. And Chris, I see the point he's trying to make, but Chris, Cyprus, you can't really compare Cyprus to the UK.
If,
Tiny
if
little
I can
island in
if
the
I
middle,
can just come in on that,
tiny little
well,
island in the Mediterranean. They're not exactly going to have the same
one
issues
one
as
moment,
a
Sam.
country
If
with
I can
70
just come in on
million.
Stefan's comment, he said NHS without that
Yeah,
would be dead.
they do for
That's
every,
why.
they do
That's
for
why I say
everybody.
it's such a hot potato. No matter what fucking party, they wouldn't have a bloody uh, adult discussion about the NHS.
No, it needs reforming. Absolutely, it does need to match more what we're doing today. In terms of the demands we have and the challenges we have today. The NHS is built on old infrastructure, basically. Old ways of looking at things and working, but we still need to have an NHS there, as Stefan says, to pay for our basic need. I mean, to cover our basic needs, because it's fantastic. Definitely don't want to go down the American way. We have to pay for everything, and you have to pay for your fucking ambulance. Basically, I mean, that's definitely not the way of going. The NHS, through our paying through our taxes, we do have to have that free service there, definitely. But yeah, the NHS has to become better at what it's doing. But unfortunately, I think part of that is going to cost, because we need more. We need more hospitals. We need more wards. We need more staff. And that just the money to cover that just doesn't come from trees. It doesn't come from thin air.
Yeah. I won't name him. I won't name him, but
Must
I
have
got a
been
good
different
friend.
nurses. Yeah,
I won't name him, but I got a good friend who's a surgeon, right?
yeah,
And uh, how it is basically, and what Stefan is saying is right. What everybody's saying is right. The doctors, the nurses, absolutely, they need our support, no problem at all. It's the management and the kind of like the structure above the fucking shop floor, let's call it, right?
yeah,
That is where the problems are, the
yeah.
overspending is,
Too many
and the bollocks is.
consultants. You got too many consultants. You got too many administration people and mid-level managers and stuff who aren't. They're not really doing anything effective, right? They're just analysing and pushing papers
Yeah,
around. Basically, too much bureaucracy involved in the NHS, definitely, and that's something that came through the Labour time in the '90s when they, Labour and everything wanted to reform the NHS and basically just brought in a whole new level of consultants and bureaucrats who just completely clogged up the system
don't
completely.
start me on Tony Blair.
So this is what we're still suffering from the so-called New Blair movement in the '90s. We're still
Oh,
suffering.
absolutely. I tell you one way of doing it, right? Um, and the Blair they wanted more nurses straight away. Boom, boom, boom. So many of the hospitals or the health boards went to the likes of the Philippines and so on and got nurses. You know this
Yeah,
yourself, Sam. Right? Got nurses. Boom, brought them over. But the problem by doing that then is basically we stop training local people to get local jobs as nurses.
yeah, they need
Right?
to
So
do that at the same time.
they stop that kind of conveyor belt, and then 20 fucking years later, when the Philippine nurses are going back home, right? And I'm thinking, oh, we've got no nurses. They said it was because of fucking Brexit, but no, it was the aftermath of having a quick fix, just kicking a can down the fucking road, basically.
Yeah, no, it's right, and they need to open up. That's what they've been saying. Now they are going to start training more doctors and nurses. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that's what they say they want to do, because you have to do that at the same time. That's right. You have to. You want to clog a hole. You've got a hole to clog it, but at the same time, you're only looking at the symptom, aren't you? You're not looking at
Yeah.
the actual problem. The actual
Yeah.
problem is you're not training enough doctors and nurses. So you need to address that by opening up more capacity to train for that. You can't just keep clogging up by
And,
bringing in
and
people from abroad.
and this is a point. This is a point, right, of having the NHS within, uh, the government, whatever colour, in control of the NHS. I tell you why, right? Because government and politicians mentally just think of the next 4 or 5 years, because
Yeah,
that's when the next freaking election is happening,
yes, I
right?
think long
They
term. Yeah,
do not think of the next 10, 15,
mm,
20 years because
yeah,
they don't give a fuck, really. So
mm,
their short-term action is not good for the country in the long term,
yeah.
you know? Oh, don't get me
Exactly. That is the
started.
problem. That is one of the key fundamental problems with the way politics works. Basically, the whole power and the way political power works, the way things are governed, government basically, because that's it. You've got a 4 or 5 year period
Yeah,
of things, and that's it. That everyone thinks in those 4 or 5 year terms. They don't think, well, this would be good for the next 20 years or 30 years. And that's,
exactly,
that's the problem
exactly.
you have. Like you say, it's always very short sighted about winning the next election because they want
Yeah,
to keep their power. It's all about keeping power, right? And unfortunately, that is one of the things we're suffering with. We're underfunded, dimensioned. With far too many people with far too few resources at the moment. And that's because things haven't been
well,
properly funded and properly expanded for many years.
yeah. well, populations are bloody rising, aren't they? You know, and
Yeah, yeah, of course. It's we've had a lot of. I know that's a whole separate issue. I don't want to. I don't really want
I
to touch
know, I know, I
on.
know, and
But
ain't no
but
way I don't
but
want to flip
but
them in.
but, but the UK, our population has grown hugely since the 70s and 80s. And basically the NHS and our services haven't really grown a lot in line with that. That's the problem.
Do you also think, right? And having lived in Spain, I definitely seen it with my own eyes. Really, whilst I can understand the NHS and health boards of Britain going out to the 7 European countries who were financially in a mess, so they pick up their nurses, pick up their doctors, and so on, bring them back. That doesn't help Spain, Italy, Portugal, bloody. Do you know what I mean? Their healthcare then suffers.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's there's complex correlations between many different things, but at the end of the day, you have to be able to provide a basic health care, to your citizens, and but most of that should be for free, because if you're paying your taxes for it, that should be for free, and you should be able to get in to see a doctor or get a procedure done within a reasonable amount of time. So at the moment we're waiting far too long. And COVID, this is again, talk about COVID. I don't want to start that whole bubble again, but COVID has done. I am now of the conviction that, and this is something that's terrible that we haven't. The studies need to be done on this now. But I am on the conviction that the lockdowns and the measures taken to try and stop COVID or prevent COVID from spreading has done us far worse long term than the actual COVID itself. And that's I mean, how this is the thing. This just really provokes me. How could we do lockdowns and all these preventative measures without even doing a risk assessment and no one actually studying what the potential long-term effects could be? No one's done that. No one has gone in and studied what the potential long-term effects could be. They've just thought, okay, this sounds good. So-called experts have said, okay, this sounds good. We just want to stop this from spreading. Let's do this,
Yeah.
without thinking thinking just about the short term and what's around us, but not thinking in terms of how that affects your mental health, the country's
Oh, people's mental health.
the country's finances. You're losing your job, you're losing your business, how that affects everything. I mean, the long term, and then the queues now, the NHS queues, because they're basically just, they're just put all their resources into COVID willingly, said, no, we're gonna make 100, we're gonna make 100 beds available for COVID now, and just kick people out who need treatment. And those people now are going to be worse, probably die, need much longer term treatment. There's all those different knock on effects of the lockdown that no experts have actually gone in and looked at, and that to me, that is just absolutely shocking. You know,
I know, I know. Well, to be honest, and I'm sure people in the chat would agree with me. You definitely agree with me, Sam. We've had so many chats, off air and
yeah,
so on. Um, if it wasn't for YouTube, like
yeah,
the Spanish shutdown, mentally fucking killed me. It
yeah.
fucking killed me.
It's
Honest to God,
tough,
people
tough.
in the UK do not know how good they had it really compared to
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
right.
Spain was tough.
It
Spain was
really
tough,
was that bad. Um,
and we all
if it
benefited
wasn't
from
for
YouTube.
YouTube, if
We
it
all
wasn't for
benefited. Yeah,
YouTube and the likes of the people I've met on YouTube since shutdown, fuck knows where I would be. Honest to God,
yeah. Like Stefan mentions in the chat, and Russ as well. YouTube, it's been great for us, hasn't it? Through lockdown,
really has,
it's been
yeah.
our way of communicating with people, seeing people, having a laugh, trying to get things vented out off our shoulders and stuff, and off our chests, and it's been great, and it's thank God for YouTube. And it became a lot more popular, didn't it? YouTube, when lockdown happened, people
Yeah.
started. I think we saw more channels, be created and people collaborate more and things like that. And thank God for
Yeah.
that.
I mean, unfortunately, I had to talk to you a bit fucking more, but no, we were.
I'd say the thing's mutual, you fucking twat.
Listen, Luke, I know there's a few things going on in the chat. Actually, seventh. Actually, I think we can. Oh, you're on about Boris now. Actually, we think about getting a part in the background. Or should it? I know.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
terrible.
I know.
It's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. That whole do as I say, but not as I do. It's like there's going to be one
Yeah.
rule for
Yeah.
me and one rule for everyone else.
That's right. I
Terrible.
don't believe. I don't believe on left or right anymore. It's them and us.
Well, I know Keir Starmer and Rayner and all that. They're having a great time with Boris now. They got his feet to the fire now, and he's probably on his way out. But do you really think, when you
Yeah.
think back a while ago, what do you think Jeremy Corbyn and the Labour Party would have done or been able to do? They couldn't even agree on what their fucking Sunday dinner was going to be, and they're
No.
supposed to lead a country through a pandemic.
No.
Okay,
What?
Boris is full of flaws, full of
Yeah.
problems, but at least they stuck to certain decisions. And the vaccine rollout in the UK is the best in the world. It was the best in the world in terms of getting to the most
Yeah.
people the quickest, the most effective rollout in the world. Now that wouldn't have happened with fucking Labour and Corbyn, I'll tell you that, right? Even though Boris has got a lot bad going for him. But the alternative, fucking Rayner and Corbyn and fucking Keir Starmer, fuck off.
I tell you what. This is what happened, and I've said this for quite a while now. Right? They'll time it brilliantly to get rid of Johnson. A new Tory leader will come in the chat, and a new Tory leader will fucking beat Starmer. That's how it's gonna fucking work out.
Yeah, because Starmer, he doesn't seem very popular, does he, to
Nah,
be honest?
he's a fucking, bloody Cambridge fucking thing with Labour. It doesn't work, man.
Yeah, no.
You know,
Labour,
right?
well,
What else can we fucking talk about? You're depressing me now.
the Labour Party, as I just said, they're so fractioned, and that happened with Brexit, the whole Brexit fallout. They're so fractioned. They've got 3 or 4 different fractions of the party that want different things. They're not
But
together.
they always have those, Sam. They
Yeah,
always have a
it's
same,
even
a
worse
same
now.
problem.
Now it's even worse, right? It's even worse. So yeah, but yeah, let's talk about something else, eh? Let's talk about something else.
I'll just come back to my comment. They always have, because they'll always have Stones fucking communists, fucking Stones socialists, and Stones. Oh, I'm trying to say this was speech impediment. Fucking out. Stones communists, Stones socialists, and Stones centralists.
Yeah.
They've always been fucking. Anyway, what else can we talk about? Freaking hell.
Well, we're solving all the world's problems at the moment, aren't we? Fucking
Oh,
hell,
I
where do we
know,
go
I
from
know.
here?
Come on, people in the chat. What else can we fucking talk about? Your channel. When's your channel bloody coming back?
I'll probably have a late night show. I'm hoping for next weekend, next Friday. I'm hoping. This Friday. I think I'm going to try and do one this Friday.
Let me
So
know, man. Yeah,
yeah. So if you want to come on, it'll probably be Tony as well, because he likes to take part in that. So it'll be you, me, and Tony. See if we can get anyone else on. But yeah, have a little chat about anything really.
I've got a date on Thursday, which could be moved to Friday, so I can't do 100%. Yeah.
Well, you'll have to join from your date, won't you? You have to fucking tell her, hey, love, I got to get on this fucking live show
She's
while we're on that
Ukrainian
date,
again,
okay?
bro.
Huh?
She's Ukrainian again.
Fucking hell, of course she is. You love your Eastern Europeans, don't you?
I know. Hang on.
Anyone seen the new Spider-Man yet? Nope, I haven't.
Hang on. I'll show you a photo of it now.
Russ
But
runs
I don't want to
with your
fuck
right
up like I
hand.
did last time. I don't want to fuck up like I did last time.
You'll fuck it up anyway.
I probably will. Yeah, I always fuck it up, to be honest. I always fuck it up. So bear with me.
You'll go and do something she doesn't like, I'll tell you that.
Hang on.
Spider-Man died of COVID. He's in the same ward as fucking Batman and Superman.
There you go.
Where do you get these from? Honestly, these are fucking hookers, aren't they?
No, I blag it, don't I? I blag it. So
Fucking
fucking
hookers.
hell. I I do blag it a bit.
Dubai hookers from Eastern Europe. Eastern Europe.
Well, it's been a bomb in the bloody Abu Dhabi fucking airport today.
Is it? Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
I know. Fucking too close to fucking home I is, I'll tell you.
Yeah, it's not that far from where you are, is it really?
Um,
Yeah.
right, World Cup. Don't fancy coming to Qatar for a couple of days, do you, son?
Well, you know what? It is something I would like to do, actually, to go to the World Cup there, for the sheer spectacle of it, right? Because it's such a fucking spectacle.
Yeah,
Looks like, anyway. So, but the thing is, you just know how fucking expensive that's going to be, right? The fucking plane tickets, the hotels, the fucking match tickets. It's going to be so fucking expensive. Jesus Christ.
well, yeah, I know what you're
You
saying.
know, it's going to be too much, isn't it? That's what they
I know
do.
what
They
you're
always
saying.
fucking put it on. And you know what fucking FIFA does? All the tickets. Only a handful of tickets go out for reasonable prices. The rest are all
Yeah,
fucking corporate. Oh,
I
fucking
know, I know.
disgusting.
How
But you,
about,
but if
how about,
you're already down there, so for you obviously it's not that difficult, is it?
no, it probably wouldn't be difficult, but it probably wouldn't be difficult, but I,
I mean, you can get how far is it from where you are to Qatar?
I don't know, it's probably an hour flight.
It's only an hour flight, isn't it?
Yeah. You know
Yeah.
what I'm going to try and do? I'll get in contact with Budgie, John Burge, who's in Bahrain. I say, oh, look,
Is
Budgie,
he
sort me
living
out.
in Bahrain now? Is he?
Yeah. So, sort me out a few tickets, Budgie. Fancy going? Because you know fucking people from BT Sport, don't you? Things like
Fucking hell,
that.
what's he doing in Bahrain then?
Oh, no, I'm not fucking going down that fucking avenue.
Jesus Christ, is it that secret? Is it what he's doing in Bahrain?
He's fucking crazy, man. But no, but it'd be good to fucking it'd be good to I will fucking touch base with him. He's fucking crazy. That guy is fucking
Yeah,
lovely guy. Don't get me wrong.
it's the way to go. If you know someone who can get tickets, obviously that's the way to go, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
you just know that those fucking tickets and air. I mean, whenever there's a World Cup, the air prices to
Oh, I
Qatar
know. It's
go
like the
through the roof,
Euros when I went to the Euros.
and the fucking hotels in Qatar, all of them are going to be fucking through the roof.
Oh no, I'd be in and out if I'm honest with you.
Yeah,
But when I went to the Euros in France,
yeah,
basically you have to wait until kickoff happens 5 minutes after kickoff, and then you know outside tickets will go for maybe sometimes you just under fucking value. You just want to get rid of them by then.
yeah, yeah. But it
How
would be
about
fascinating to
how
see.
about the
I would
other
love to see it.
fucking how about and always wanted to do this fucking Buenos Aires Boca Juniors River
Mm.
Plate.
I tell you what, I'd love that because apparently they say Buenos Aires is a fascinating city. I'd love to see that derby, and and they've got Buenos Aires. Yeah, they've got it just sounds like a great city to visit, doesn't it? I mean, you see
Yeah,
it as well. You see pictures of it, and I've seen a few vlogs, from Buenos Aires. It looks great. I'll
I'd
definitely try
love
that
to
one
love
day.
to do it.
South America is definitely on my bucket list. With a few
Yeah,
countries there.
yeah. I'd love
I
to do
definitely
it.
want to see a few of the countries in South America before I leave Mother Earth. But yeah,
So, well, go on. How's your job going then? All good?
yeah, can't complain. Can't complain. It's nice to be able to work from home mostly, isn't it? So can't
I
complain
hate working
sometimes.
from home. I'll be honest with you. I absolutely hate it. It drives me.
I
It
like
drives
it.
me
I like
nuts.
it, to be honest. I like it. Mm.
Living and working in the same fucking four walls drives me absolutely fucking
Yeah,
mad.
that we're all different, aren't we? I understand. I understand. You like to go out, meet someone, and actually physically go to the office. I understand that. But for me, it's I just like to be able to live out here where I am now, and it enables me to do that. If, living down there close to Heathrow, so expensive. Really, really expensive compared to what I'm paying out here. So yeah, no,
Do you want me to tell you a story what happened to me last night?
what happened last night?
Hold the
Let me get.
fort. I need a pee.
Yes,
Hold the fort. I need a pee.
let
Right,
me
but
get.
it's funny. You laugh your head off. Stefan would laugh your head off. I'm gonna fucking do this now. One moment.
Definitely
Oh,
not.
can you hear that fart? Can you hear that fart?
Fucking hell, Jesus Christ, you killed someone
Jesus,
then.
it's fucking earthquake, yeah. It's
Talk
a
about
fucking
the
earthquake.
talk about the NHS. You need to fucking get your bladder sorted out,
Frick
mate.
yeah, now. Hang on.
Let's see. What did Danny Brown do last night? He's in Dubai. I bet he got a fucking Mexican space midget to suck him off while he was fucking watching Columbo. That's something Brownie would do. Hey, Chris, you got a date tomorrow. Well done. Oh, you found yourself a nut job conspiracy theorist. That sounds good for you. You'd have something to talk about anyway. Talk about flat Earth and fucking lizard people and QAnon and all that other shit. Miss Marple. We're saying Brownie did Miss Marple last night. Maybe he paid for her. Like a special porn star. Like you pay extra to fucking fuck a porn star. Miss Marple's in town. You want to fucking gum her? She can gum you. Yeah, I think Brownie's got the bladder the size of a pea. Fucking green pea, garden pea. Chris, is your mum gonna hate her? Is she? Found a match. What do you mean found a match? What was it? Fucking on Tinder? Was it? You haven't been on Tinder, have you? Miss Marple was available because fucking Agatha Christie was fucking too dry in her grave. Ross Poirot, who's fucking what's his name? Ross Poirot, that's a politician. Detective Poirot. That's what I was thinking of. Detective Poirot is another Agatha Christie one, isn't it? Poirot, fucking Frenchman, his little fucking thin black beard, giving Brownie a blowjob while he's taking a shit. Chris, did you fucking find this bird on Tinder then, did you? Ooh, pardon me, Russ. Ooh, I didn't even fucking mess up the nationality of your little fucking, yeah, your little fucking man crush there. He's Belgian, is he? Ooh, la. Fuck FIFA, yep, definitely back that one. Full corrupt fucking bastard.
Okay. Where were we? Let me knock his fucking aircon off. It's fucking freezing.
You found her on Instagram, okay. What was it, a fucking flat earth theory group or something?
Here we go.
Go on, tell us what happened last night then.
Right. Last night, yeah. I did order a fucking lady
I
of the
bet you
night. I
fucking did.
ordered.
I bet you did, yeah.
The photo of her was looking Eastern fucking European. When she turned up and knocked the door, it was Chinese. And what was worse, now listen, I have lived in bloody Thailand and Vietnam, yeah? Yeah, I know the fucking signs. I know the signs no matter what. But that was a post-op fucking man that fucking knocked my door. And I could, it was a manly face. I thought, fuck off. No way. No, you're not fucking that. No. Fuck off. There you go. Yeah, it was a fucking man. I'm telling you, it was a man. It was a man. I'm telling you. Yeah.
So you gone for a bird off the fucking internet
Yeah.
and you end up getting a fucking post. I mean, I'm knocking on your door as a
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
post-op.
definitely. Fucking
Post-op.
male features in the face as well. Male features in the fucking face. Nah, we're not having it. Right, we're
What
fucking,
is that?
That it wasn't coming through my fucking front door. I can tell
Jesus
you that
Christ.
now. Freaking hell.
Jesus Christ. That reminds me of a funny story of when I was at not me, but a mate of mine said he was out in Thailand with a couple of mates of his. They're all out there together for the first time, and so calls the first night. This is Bangkok, yeah. So they're
Yeah.
all out together, the three of them, fucking pissed up, And then and one of them, they're all out together, pulling in the same place. But one of them, one of them shows up. He's pulled a lady boy. The others can see him. And then I think there's a lady boy. They didn't want to. They didn't want to fucking hurt his ego and stuff. So they didn't tell him. They didn't want to tell him and that. But yeah, but apparently she was quite good looking. It wasn't easy to tell, but you could tell.
Yeah.
You know what it's like in Thailand. You've been there. Some of them you can't
Yeah.
really
Yeah. Yeah.
tell.
Yeah.
They're so good you really can't really tell some of them. But anyway, so they're having a good time, blah blah blah. And then when it comes to coming back to the hotel, fucking they're going back to the hotel because they're all in the same hotel, and they're like, they still don't tell him. They're just like, are we going to tell him? What are we just going to let him find out? What the fuck, And so they go back to their rooms, and that's it. I don't see him anymore. The next morning, breakfast, I think, oh, fuck, what's going to happen, So they're down there for breakfast, and he comes down, and they're all looking at him and fucking, laughing, and like, fucking hell. So you do realise that was a lady boy, right? And he said, yeah, I know it was a lady boy. I thought I'd just try it out.
When I think I told you a story before. I think I told you a
Oh,
story. I think I
Jesus.
told you a story before. Right?
You
When I
know.
was in Australia, Sydney, supposed to be at that time, Sydney and LA were like the gay capitals of the world, right? And I went clubbing. Obviously, I took a few things. I look back. I thought, fucking hell, you could have had a fucking heart attack. The amount of stuff in which you took, that kind of thing, right? Pills, fucking everything. Come on, let's have it, right? And it was after clubbing, there was like an after show party, right? So we all went to this after show party somewhere. Can't remember where it was. Darling Harbour. I can't remember, right? But anyway, went there and I was in quite a pickle, right? But sometimes, right? Many people think that you have uppers, and uppers as in many fucking substances that you can't get hard on. Your cock goes fucking small, right?
Mm.
However, sometimes if you're lucky enough, you may have a bit of Viagra fucking within the fucking substance in which you fucking have, right? So sometimes it can be like that, really, right? So as the after party goes on, I'm horny as fuck now. I'm fucking randy as fuck. Come on, right? So we go. I'm dancing now. In my younger years, obviously, I'm fucking dancing, and I see this fucking beautiful fucking girl on the end of a fucking dance floor, right? Just having a drink, with her friends. And I thought I'm gonna fucking pull her. So, stop dancing. My moves went to fucking my moves fucking finished on the dance floor. So as I'm fucking right, so as I'm walking now towards this fucking girl. Now she had a neck scarf on, right? She had a neck scarf on. But as I'm about 3 meters away from her, all of a sudden she took her neck scarf off, and it revealed the biggest Adam's apple I've ever seen in my fucking life. I quickly
Retreat,
diverted.
retreat,
I
retreat,
quickly
retreat.
diverted, and I went to my mate. I said, I'm completely off my head. I just want to go home. I just want to go home. I'm fucking right, right. I'm fucking
Retreat,
tripping now.
retreat.
I'm just tripping. Yeah, it
Mm.
was that fucking yeah.
Jesus Christ. You dodged one there. You dodged a bullet there, didn't you?
Well, properly. But I didn't know whether it was real or whether it was my mind playing games with me.
Mm,
You know what I
mm,
mean? So I
mm.
thought I'm fucking tripping now. I'm going home. I'm get
Yeah.
my head down. No one's fucking going to talk to me for fucking 2 3 days. That was the end of it. But anyway, uh,
Yeah.
was technically a woman. No, No, hey, right, I'm telling you, her skin, right, was rough as fuck. Like fucking, as if fucking nuclear warheads fucking dropped down on her. But, oh, rough as fuck. It was like, honest to God, it was fucking awful. I looked at, nah, you're not coming in here. Bang! Fucking door slammed in her face.
Jesus.
She'll
You
bloody
fucking
out
you get it, don't you, mate?
a ways, a ways. But not yet, not yet. The thing is, it's fucking 2 o'clock in the morning here. Do you know what I mean? Don't have a pop at me just because I'm ahead of you. I'm ahead. You know, you guys are back in time, aren't you?
Back in time. Fucking Back to the Future with Doc Brown, isn't it?
Uh, Richard, like back in the day, cooler in the day, woman looked harder on a man. Fucking right. Your mount
Yeah.
that cooler, Rich, that fucking cooler nightclub. Fucking hell, the amount of fucking shit that went on with me in that place. Never forget it. Never fucking forget it. You know what? That outside, well, you probably know Rich. I don't know you, but I got a funny feeling if I'm rubbish with names, so, well, I got fucking, oh, never mind, never mind. Got arrested for the first time, locked up after outside that cooler, but that's another thing. Uh, Seven says, this is breaking up a lot. Just what, right, do you want me to refresh?
It's fine. It's looking fine for me. I don't know. It's fine. It's
I'll
really
tell you
good.
what, I'll refresh, mate, right? I'll refresh. And what I'll do, maybe I'll knock the TV off. It's all coming because I got internet TV now, Sam.
Oh, fucking hell.
I know.
Your
Let me
phone's
refresh. I'll refresh, Sam, right? Bear with me.
okay. Oh well, oh well, oh well. Keep it going, eh? Fucking keep your fucking tits on, eh? Well, here we are. Welcome everybody to
Oh, hey, I tell you what, it's louder as well.
welcome everybody to the Monday night Christian Seventh Day Adventist show.
Hang on, right? I can't believe he was there. He was there. Richard Everton. I was there that night, hitting PC Plod. I can't believe it's fucking hell. Well, hey, Rich, was I innocent or guilty? You know, the guy fucking stepped on my fucking broken ankle for fuck's sake. Do you know what I mean? I can't believe you were there. Richard Evans. Hang on now. Are you about 5'9", black hair?
You said he used to go raving with you and Carl Griffiths back in the
That's what
day.
I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Are you about 5'9", black hair? Cracker factory. I'd be freaking mad. You do know me, Barney. You just go, live from God's God. What? Fucking hell.
Because I said, well, this is the Monday night Seventh Day Adventist show, isn't it? We are supposed to be reciting from the Bible, talking about, you know, the various things, fucking.
Peace be with you. Peace be with you.
Adam, you're in the fucking Bible, aren't you? Fucking Adam and Eve.
Oh, don't start me on that fucking bollocks, man. The
You're
amount of fucking people, the amount of girls, right, over the years, what's your name? Eve. Fuck off. Are you winding me up? Are you winding me up, you fucking slag? Do you know what I mean?
You slag.
Bloody slag.
You winding me up, you slag. If I give you a dry slap.
Huh? I can't get a fucking face out of my fucking memory now, to be honest. I can't get honestly, like fucking bomb fucking things right across awful, man. Fucking hell.
Blowjob whilst taking a shit. Stefan, what were you fucking 20 minutes behind?
Blowjob while taking a shit.
You've hit the fucking pause button or something, didn't you? You're fucking 20 minutes behind you are.
Have I had a blowjob while taking a shit?
I said you
Trying
were.
to think.
I said you was while you was on one of your toilet breaks a long time ago.
No, my ex-missus having a pee, sitting on toilet having a pee, and I just said, "Oh look, just fucking suck it and get it over and done with." Do you know what I mean? Because no, because I had Viagra. I had Viagra, didn't I? Right, and it was like fucking going on and on and on, and I was like so tired, and I was like, I need fucking sleep. It was like in the morning about 11 o'clock or something. I was saying, just kill it off. Kill it off. I don't care. Do you know what I mean? Bloody hell.
Order the lady. Fucking Stefan is fucking.
Yeah, I
He's
know
not even
Richard Evans.
explained.
I know Richard Evans. Yeah. I Rich, hope you well. Now I know I'm rubbish with names, man, because I've bloody gone everywhere. I'm fucking rubbish with names from that period.
Quagmire from Family Guy. Yeah. Giggity giggity goo. Giggity giggity goo. All right.
It fuck it anyway. Whatever happens, happens, and fuck.
I got a question for you. Why are you still here? Giggity giggity goo.
Well, hey, at least at least I've had some shit breakups, yeah, with fucking previous girlfriends. But at
Yeah.
least I don't fucking stalk her. Look on a fucking app on her fucking phone. Fucking, that's mental, man. It's fucking
Well,
mental.
the guy's sick, and he obviously is sick, and he's got that fucking
Yeah,
that that thing in his mind. He's got that controlling obsession thing in his mind, and
fuck here now. Fuck. And I say the amount of people in our prison who must know who he is. Do you know what I mean? They'd
yeah,
be.
he's obviously well known now, isn't he? Of course.
I bet it's been years since I went to fucking prison, right? But I bet it's like someone will think, right, if I fucking smacking him up big time first, if I'm the first one to smack him up, that's me in the fucking limelight.
Mm. Yeah, could well be.
No,
Could well be. You're more versed in prison culture than I am, Brownie. You
yeah,
fucking.
but I was in the young offenders. There's a difference. See, I was in
Wow.
the young offenders. You know,
Yeah.
I was in the young
Naughty
offenders. It
boy.
was a nasty fucking
Naughty
young
boy.
offenders. Don't get me wrong, but I wasn't fucking up against proper gangsters.
You naughty boy.
Well, well, Richard knows what I was like back in them days. Right.
He says yes.
I remember a boy eating a breakfast roll, having a shit in the same time at work.
Sounds like a good job.
I think I've done that actually. But never mind. Uh, I
Richard says you.
remember my
Yeah.
sidekick,
Yeah.
Christian Phillips.
You remember him?
I know Christian Phillips. Hang on. I know Christian Phillips from Aberdeen. But oh, you know what? You completely threw me now with that comment because I was thinking of a guy, Eberville area. She nearly came through Brownie's back door. No one, listen, I have got fucking piles, mate. No one touches my fucking back door whatsoever. I don't give a shit. Right? No one.
Bit of backdoor action.
Right. Do you think Arsenal will beat Liverpool and Sam coming up? They
Well,
done well. As an Arsenal fan, you should be proud of how them 10 men went the other day.
oh yeah, definitely. I thought it was a fantastic game from Arsenal's side in terms of keeping Liverpool from scoring. I mean, they only had one chance on goal, I think, the whole game. So that was an Arsenal. We had a couple, so we could have actually, we could have actually maybe even nicked the win there if we could have been
Yeah.
more lucky. But no, I think it was a great game, and I think, but again, depending on who we have available on Thursday, yeah. Or when is the game? Is it Thursday? I can't remember now.
I think so, yeah.
If it's I think so. It's not on Thursday. Depending on who we have available, playing at Emirates, I think we could nick it because Liverpool without Salah and Mane, they're not the same. They're not the same team. So I think we could nick it.
You know what? I actually put a bet on Arsenal to actually win that game at half time.
And what a
I really did.
surprise!
Huh?
And what a surprise! It didn't fucking come through, eh?
Fuck off. No, I've had a couple of winners actually lately. I had a 2-0 West Ham to beat Norwich.
Yeah,
I've had a couple of winners actually.
yeah, but that doesn't matter, is it, if you had fucking 10 losers.
Fuck off. She Denham says she pushed Brown in fact. Oh no. No one touches my ass, babe. No one touches my ass. No way. Do not touch it. No. I'm the only one that touches my own ass because I can control a fucking pain. Right? Adam Cavani. I'm going for 3-1 Liverpool.
No, doubtful. Just
Well, it all depends. I mean, I'm looking at the AFCON. I can't see any Aubameyang, maybe. I can't see any
he's got heart
main
problems now.
African players coming back before then, can you?
Aubameyang's not going to be back I don't think he's ever going to be back for Arsenal. He's got heart problems now, so they're going to have to find out what that is.
Yeah, he's still playing, though, and
No,
he's minor, isn't it?
he's been sent. No, he's been sent home to Arsenal now for Arsenal to take care of the medical side of it.
That guy should have been let go before his last contract.
It just goes from bad to worse. With him, man. The guy's got some bad luck, and but not just that. But
it's not bad luck.
no, I mean in terms of his health and everything, that's a bit of bad luck. But yeah, it's self-inflicted in terms of him making poor decisions and being fucking late and not bothering and being a crap fucking captain and a football player. Yeah, a lot of that's down to him.
I don't know. Do you think it was Arteta's fucking decision to fucking give him a new contract? I don't think so. I think it was more of a fucking board decision because of a bloody
Well,
social media bro.
They didn't want a new Alexis and fucking, a new Alexis and fucking a Ramsey situation. That's what they didn't want.
Yeah, but now they created one, haven't they?
Yeah, but at that time, you got to remember, at that time, again, how many times fucking God knows I've got to remind you, at that time, he was still half decent, right? He'd come off of a season of being joint fucking top scorer.
Yeah, half of my fucking penalties. Fucking rubbish.
Yeah. If your boy fucking Kiefer fucking suck my cock more had done it, you'd be fucking waxing lyrical like it's fucking Pelé, you would.
Right. Okay. Oh yeah, someone mentioned about Derby as well. I think it may have been Ryan. To give you a little bit of an update on Derby, there's been a petition today. I think it's over 25,000 people, 30,000 people going to the government for them to look into Derby. If I'm honest with you, I think every other fucking fan don't give a absolute flying fuck after all the things that's coming out of what exactly happened, right? Right. Bottom line. Now, everyone knows, or most people know, that I follow the Price of Football podcast. Keir Maguire. He's come on here. We've had a chat. Fantastic bloke. Proper guy when it comes to football finances, no matter what club we're talking about. Okay. Right. Where do we start? Right. We've had these point deductions now. And the main person, like the Daniel Ek person who used social media and the media to bloody promote himself to the administrator have told him, right, that there's better offers on the table, so he then fell away. The main offer is Mike Ashley. All right, the main offer is Mike Ashley. However, right, I need to fucking think about exactly what. Right. However, Mike Ashley, being Mike Ashley and a brilliant businessman he actually is, as one of the biggest fucking debts in which Derby County Football Club actually have is with Inland Revenue and the taxman. That's one of, because basically what Derby or Mel Morris were doing at the time was they were collecting tax off their employees, whether it be ticket office staff, players, whatever, and how the normal process would go. You collect it off them and then you send it to the taxman. However, he was collecting it, or they were collecting it, and he wouldn't forward it on, and that happened for many many years. Okay, so let's just say Inland Revenue are not happy. Let's just say that they are not happy. Now, EFL rules clearly state that um, if you don't go, if you don't pay, if a club is in administration and a buyer comes in, if that buyer is not willing to pay 60% of the existing debt, which obviously, um, HMRC would be, then the club would have a further 15-point deduction, right?
Mm.
So Mike Ashley is kind of like bartering with the bloody administrator and saying, "Look, go to HMRC. They'll have this or they'll have nothing."
Mm.
Basically, that's how it is. That's Mike Ashley being Mike Ashley, but obviously it's under the 60%. Apparently, it's between 30 and 40%, and then it's kind of, but that would fail the EFL rules, which would then give Derby County. He may be the preferred bidder, but that would give Derby County a further 15-point deduction.
All right.
I know, I know.
But Brian, I got to dip out now. I got a
Yeah,
couple of
yeah,
things
no
I want
worries,
to
no
do.
worries. Many thanks, Sam, for
But thanks for
joining.
having me. Great to see you, Brownie. Lovely to see everyone in the chat. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good night. Yeah.
No worries. I'll just
Cheers,
finish
Brownie.
this off and then I'll finish anyway.
Cheers, Brownie. Thanks a lot,
Cheers,
mate. Have a
mate.
good one. Bye
Many
bye.
thanks, man. Okay, yeah, so another 15-point deduction. Now, did Mike Ashley say, okay, give us a 15-point deduction. We accept we're going to be relegated. Take it on a chin. Don't know. Don't know. They're already now in a transfer embargo. And because they're in a transfer embargo, some of the players who were on short-term contracts, like Phil Jagielka, cannot have their contracts renewed until the end of the season. There's rumours it actually could go if Mike Ashley or HMRC don't come to some kind of agreement on the tax debt. There's rumours it actually could be liquidated. Now, look, Derby tried to cheat. Let's get this fucking right. They tried to cheat. When things were going well, the banter from the Derby fans were, "Fuck you, we're doing well. Mel Morris is our man because he's a Derby, born and bred Derby guy. But he didn't play by the rules. And as a result, he didn't play by the rules, right? Middlesbrough are now suing them because Derby got the final playoff spot on one season instead of Middlesbrough. But they got the final playoff spot because they didn't play by the rules. So Middlesbrough now are suing them through the courts. Wickham are now also suing them. I think because the season after, when Derby survived, they survived maybe by a point or something. And Wickham's argument is, hang on, you only survived by a point because you didn't play by the rules. So Wickham are now also suing them through the courts. It's an absolute mess. And yeah, Mike Ashley is just being Mike Ashley. He's driving a very hard bargain. But that hard bargain may also now give a further 15-point deduction for Derby this season. That's the latest with that. That's the latest with that. Do I feel sorry for Derby? No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't. Do I feel sorry for his fans? No, I don't. But at the same time, I don't want Derby to go out of business. Because historically, Derby are a very, uh, big club within. I don't want to see any club go out of business. I'll be honest with you. But that's what it is. That's the latest. Right. We've had 2.25 hours. Hasta luego. I need to go to bed. Okay. See you tomorrow, guys. Yeah. Ta-ra.